What it do, what it is, what it ain't. Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Get Right Podcast. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to get notifications of new content. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you dig? Cue the music.
Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. It's your boy T. It's the Get Right Podcast, man. Season 4, episode 3, man, and I'm never solo. You know I'm rolling with, man, two of my dogs. I got the brain trust with me, Rod. He always gonna give you 3 words, man. So go ahead, bro. Word count is on now.
What up, though?
And always, Mr. Misconception, people they love to hate. And sometimes, they hate to love him too, man, because he just tell you what it is and truth hurts, man. DC, what's happening?
Man, you done ran off all my nicknames. I need a new nickname now. It's your boy DC in the place to be. Shout out to the 80s.
I'm always laugh at that, bro. We never gonna let it go, man. But
Never.
it was a great episode last week, man. I know a lot of people had a lot to say about our top 5 picks. That was the main thing. Wasn't even the Adam 22 craziness. Mostly the music side, man. DC, my wife was like, yo, you stood 10 toes down on that. Now you would let it go.
You know what's crazy is it's funny. I went back and listened to it, and I know the narrative looks like, oh, he really stand on that Nelly. But in reality, all I was doing was matching energy because I said Nelly. I also said Ja Rule, which I would really say Ja Rule probably had a bigger year than that specific year of Blueprint. But when I mentioned Nelly, Danny got triggered, and Rod, but that was what I think. Just the fact that I mentioned Nelly just triggered it, and it just went and kind of took a life of its own. Because really, I would have focused more on Ja, but it just when I said Nelly, it went that way. You know what I'm saying? But when we did say, but I will stand on, like, brother, man, he had an amazing run, bro. Like, I'm not going to sit here and call him a lyricist of the year. I'm not putting him in my top 10. I'm just saying for that year and for a couple of albums, he was that dude. I mean, that's just what it was.
For sure.
Depends on who you ask, but I don't want to sound like a hater of Nelly. I rock with Nelly. I ain't got nothing against him. He gave me Tip Drill, dog. I would never hate on that dude, man.
All right.
Hey,
BT Uncut Classic.
Yeah, man. But
credit card swipe.
to say he was hip hop wise better than Jay or had a bigger year than Jay, I don't know. I can't rock with that one. Ja Rule, like, I give you, Ja Rule was, he had a monster year, and that was the rise of his stardom. But I can't.
And what's
believe
crazy
Nelly on
is,
that one.
I would say the way however it is you feel about Nelly is how I feel about Ja. I was never a big fan of Ja Rule, man. You know,
I'm actually, I probably rock with Nelly more than I rock with Ja, honestly.
Fair.
But
Dang.
I will give him his credit because, I mean, he was Mr. 106 in Park before Bow Wow took it over. But, and you already said the background of how that happened. So really, he might be Mr. 106 in Park. And in those days, that meant a lot for popularity, at least.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to keep it in that alphabet, the letter N, man, because with music, man, and I want to talk about some more things as we get to it, man. But Nas,
The GOAT.
well, I think he was all on our GOAT list. I think he made all of our GOAT list, that top 5.
He did, and I want to make an adjustment on mine, though.
Disclaimer, let's go.
I said Biggie, but I meant to say Pac. Even though Pac is not my favorite, from the criteria that we use, Pac would have been in Biggie's spot, and Biggie would have been knocked out. Biggie is my favorite. He's my second favorite artist of all time, but he is not, based off of that criteria that we had, he wouldn't be in that top 5.
So it's your personal favorite, but objectively speaking, he would be not in the top 5.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, I could rock with that. Yeah, I can't put Biggie in my top 5. It's just the longevity, the whole longevity. That's the only reason. That is the only reason. Is I would compare it to a great athlete getting hurt early in his career. Like you get
Brandon
hurt
Roy.
early, you can't make the GOAT list.
Think about that guy all the time. Brandon
Ha-
Roy.
Mhm.
happy birthday to Brandon Roy, by the way. But um, you're right. You're right. Like the longevity is the biggest killer of based off of the criteria that we set on that show. The
Yep.
longevity for him wouldn't have been there. And the crazy part about it is I gave this whole soliloquy about freaking Tupac and him being in that spot, and I just totally blanked when I was naming the names. But you did have Nasty Nas, Nasir Jones in your number one spot, and
Number
he
one.
seemed to just found magic, pun intended, with
But Hit
with
Boy.
Hit Boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so question. I know you're gonna get into the album, and I gave it a once over. I haven't dug deep
I'm not
into it,
finished. I'm not
so
finished.
so I can't give you a verdict. It sounds nice from what I hear of initial listen, but do you credit the success more to Nas, or do you credit more to Hit Boy?
This is gonna be a cop out. I know you're not gonna like this, but I really call it 50-50. Honestly.
I'm with it too.
And the reason I say that is, bruh, Nas is still spitting. Like Nas is spitting. He's switching up the
Mhm.
flows. He's throwing out flows. We ain't really heard from him like ever.
Mhm.
The bars and everything it's to me that's all Nas. But then Hit Boy definitely breathed some new life into his music, and the beat selection is probably the best it's been in at least 15 years, if not
Mhm.
ever. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's all Hit Boy, because I can't say Hit Boy carries those albums. I also
Mhm.
can't say Nas carries those albums. Like they need each other. They're like peanut butter and jelly, bro. Like it's honestly when it's all said and done, I think they're gonna go down as a better duo than Nas and Primo
Mm.
when you add it all up, bro. They got 5 albums, bro.
Yeah.
5 albums that just them two.
In a 3-year span.
Correct, and got Nas's first ever Grammy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm with you. It's 50-50. I think Hit Boy is a new sound that the newer generation rock with heavy. But then also the OGs can easily, adjust to and adapt to. Like Hit Boy to me, the only two lyricists, like heavy lyricists that he's worked with on a repetitive level is Nas and Big Sean. And so and I say on a repetitive level, like he's worked with some dudes who be spitting, but like Nas and Big Sean, like it's like you said, it's the peanut butter and jelly, bro. It's a perfect blend.
You ever heard the work he did with Benny the Butcher?
Yeah, I'm talking about repetitive though, just like repetitive. Benny.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying repetitive. He's done so much stuff with Sean, so much shit with Nas. I think you just said, man, he 5 albums in 3 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He working.
I'll be honest, I'm not 100% familiar with all the work he's done. I mean, I know he's worked with Big Sean, but I find myself thinking of more Benny the Butcher tracks, like off the top of my head, than I can think of Big Sean. I might have to go back and look to see what he's done with Big Sean, to be honest with you.
Man, they done some stuff, bro. Like
He did a few collabs with him for sure.
He did?
Yeah, he did a few collabs with him.
Okay.
And
I'm trying to think of who else.
Eat. That's the thing. They eat.
Yeah, I have to
He
go
does
back
stuff
and
with
look at
Gangsta
who else
Gibbs.
he
He does
did.
some stuff with Gangsta Gibbs as well.
Yeah.
But man, that stuff anytime. But usually the anytime like there's a Nas or a Big Sean on there, I'll be like, man, that's a hit. Yep, that's a hit. Yep,
Y'all
that's
do
a hit.
Y'all do know he did Ends in Paris too, right?
No.
Yes,
I didn't know he produced
I am aware of that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And,
I never really looked at the credits on that song. I just, if you would have asked me, I would just would have assumed it was Kanye, just because.
Yeah.
But I've never really thought about it, honestly. But
Let's take it there because you said Cardi. We talked about some of the female MCs. Cardi, who's been on riding the wave off one album. You said right?
Yeah.
Guess who was one of the main producers on that album?
Let me take a look. Yeah, I didn't even pull it up.
Yeah, he got his sauce in invasion of privacy as well. Like,
yeah, I'm
sense,
actually
right?
looking. I'm looking at like his credits, I'm actually looking up, and he does have a lot of work with Big Sean. I did not realize that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work with Big Sean.
They be doing it, but see, so I mean, he got his fingerprint in a lot of stuff, man. And shout out to him too for that, man, because I you it just kind of makes you wonder. Because I was thinking about that when we were talking about the female MCs too, and he was like, "Hey, man, they rap the same way they do this, and Cardi been riding his wave." But hey,
I'm looking at some of the tracks because I knew about Ends in Paris, but I didn't know. He did Your Girl B, Sorry, which was dope. He did Sicko Mode with Travis Scott.
Yeah, that collab.
Yeah. Oh wow! I wonder which one he did because that's really 3 songs in one.
Yeah.
You hear it on that tag. At the beginning, that boom, boom, boom. When he with that with Jeremiah.
The middle song with just Travis on it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you do hear his name. Huh. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Huh.
Hey.
Yeah. He's got it. He does. He's got an impressive
I'm laughing
impressive credit list.
Because damn for sure the price went up.
Yeah. Yeah, Hit Boy ain't cheap. Hit Boy ain't cheap. But the thing is, he gonna give you some heat though, bro. He gonna give you some heat. But that Nas was hard, man. The Nas was dope. Of course, me, I'm a Nas stan for those who didn't know. I listened to it 3 times already. It's dope. I will say, as an objective fan, if you made me rank them, I would put it in 5th out of the 5 albums. And that's not a knock. That's not saying it's bad or anything like that. But for me, KD2 was the best project they had done. Yeah. And it's not close. Like, honestly, it's not that close to me. KD2 was special. If KD1 got a Grammy, KD2 should have gotten a Grammy. To me, that got snubbed. I forget who won, but whoever didn't deserve it. But as far as Magic 2, it was dope. What's funny is, on the last pod, I said that he had like 2 or 3 comebacks when I was giving my whole spiel about him being the GOAT. And he actually mentioned that on the album. He said, I'm on my 3rd prime. And I was like, that's right, bro. He is. He's on his 3rd prime, bro. So I do feel like this album kind of signifies, it feels almost like the end of the prime. Like maybe this was the victory lap. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the other projects was like, yep, this is me, woo woo. This one doesn't quite have that same, I got to rewind it right now feel to me. You know what I'm saying? It's still dope. I'm going to still jam it. You know me, I'm going to listen to it, this, that, and the third. But just as an objective listener, I would say that this is not as hot as the others. You know what I'm saying? But we talking about a high bar, by the way. We talking about a high bar. But if you made me rank him, I would put it 5th out of his last 5 albums.
That's cool. He turns 50, September. So what a way to end that ride at that milestone.
He touched on that too.
He's doing that.
It's funny. He actually touched on that. He said that it's something like 50 years of hip hop, and I'm turning 50. He basically said he was born the same year as hip hop, and kind of equating his life to being hip hop. Like, I forget the bar, but he touched on that too, man. He touched on a lot of things, man. Like, it's a Nas album. He brought what you would expect at this point. You know what I'm saying? If you're expecting something different or groundbreaking or a new perspective, you're not going to get any of that. If you just want to hear Nas talk his shit, then you're going to like it.
Word.
Let's hope he getting that Hall of Fame, man.
Easy. You mean like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Absolutely, bro. I mean, that's
now that I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Jay made it.
Yeah.
Obviously, NWA, Pac's there. Big's there. LL's there. BC's there. Run. So I mean, what better way to end it? What better way to end it, bro?
Hopefully he does. One thing about Nas, and he said it on some interview, is he don't really play the politics. There's a lot of politics that goes behind
of course,
getting like on the Walk of Fame or the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or even getting a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Like he said in some interview he could have probably won more Grammys, but he would never engage with the industry. Like there's like industry parties and executives and get-togethers, things that you do. It's like a popularity contest. It's a part of talent. Like talent is definitely a part of it, but you know who the voters are. Like the voters are not anonymous. You know what I'm saying? So like the people who want to win Grammys, they go to these parties and they basically suck up. You know, hey, listen, you listen to my album, it's great, right? I'm a cool guy, right? Vote for me. A lot of that goes on, but Nas never engaged in any of that. Like he recorded his album, he go on the road, tour the album, and he goes home and reads books and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't really engage. And so he said he didn't realize that there was so many politics involved until later on in his career. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if he plays that politics game now. I really don't know. But he did say he felt he would have won more awards in general if he had kind of played nice with others.
Yeah, we'll see. We know 2023 we got, you know, DJ Kool Herc going and Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're getting inducted this year.
Wow. Okay.
So
well, maybe Nas got a chance then, bro.
Nas got a chance. I mean, I say more than a chance. That sounds very personal, but that's stand on it though.
Well, it's just a politics thing. Because again, like I know me from the outside looking in, knowing Nas, he don't really play the politics. So I felt like if he didn't make it, that would be the reason why. You know what I'm saying? But I hope he make it, of course. You know, therefore,
we'll see. Mm-hmm. Can't wait. I don't know. And yeah, like I said, I don't know the whole lingo with MCs or how long you got to be. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
That, because you know, of course,
my thought is Missy made it.
Yeah, Eminem was in there. He got in there last year.
Yeah, so definitely, I would say he's passed. He should have passed whatever test you got to do. I mean, because I would say he's more accomplished than Missy Elliott, and I love Missy. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I would say he's done more than Missy, in my opinion, in hip hop. Then so.
But their pen game's tough. I mean, you know, Missy's pen game's tough, bro. Because it wasn't just about her. Her pen game's tough.
I mean, Nas wrote for Will Smith, bro.
Big facts. I'm not knocking Nas. I'm just saying, like, you know, she ain't, you know, she. I'm just saying, Missy, her pen game was tough, bro.
You're right though. She does. She probably has more writing credits than Nas as far as writing for other people. I would agree with that.
You know,
for sure.
From Leah, SWV. You know, she got bangers. She got bangers.
Yeah, she wrote for a lot of people.
Sierra,
you're right. Yeah,
like she.
Yeah, she wrote a lot of hits, bro.
You know, your girl B.
Yeah, Beyonce, Monica. I think she wrote for Neo. I could be wrong about Neo, but I know she wrote for Monica.
Like she's
and produced. I mean, she writes and produces. So yeah, you know what? Now that I think about it, I won't say that Nas did more. I would say his career, like as far as his actual discography, he's done more. Yeah. But when you talk about the totality, she probably has done more. Yeah, she's done more as far as collaborations and writing for people and whatnot. Yeah,
I think he should be in here before the end of the 2020s. My opinion.
Yeah,
I hope so.
And we got another 7 years. So
7 years, he should be in there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, speaking of politics, man, as the world turns, man. DC, I know you've been chatting with us. We've been reading it. It's out here, man. We've been talking about it. We got friends, you know, and all three of us have friends and family members.
We got friends. I hope so.
No. What I'm leaning into is who are in the educational background, in the educational system, where they're teachers, schools, superintendents, all those things, man. And obviously now the third largest state in the United States, Florida, you know, they passed that law. You know, you can teach starting in middle school through high school that slavery actually helped develop skills. I'm speechless, a little flabbergasted by that you would tell your teachers that that's what you need to teach.
Yeah, Florida's trash, bro. I'm going to just say that. Yeah, Florida is trash. If you're from Florida, you came from a trash state. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
not that you're a trash person. We got people. We got that we love in Florida, but like,
I'm not saying you.
And we praying for you that y'all in that situation because we do got family and friends out there. But damn,
yeah, Florida's trash, bro. Florida's about to run out Disney World. Like, bro, if Florida loses Disney World, how do you lose that? Like, I don't know what's gonna happen because you know they've been beefing over. I forget exactly what now. but like Florida just always makes the news for the wrong reasons. Like Florida, Alabama, and Mississippi, they
Yeah.
seem to always be competing. Like, who can make the biggest headline for something racist? Like, it's like it's a race, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on what day, who's winning, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, slaves develop skills that could be used for the personal benefit. We're talking about slavery was legal for what, about 300 years, if my math is right, about 200 years, from the 1600s to the 1800s. So about 200 years it was legal. And of course, we know it went longer than that. But at the end of the day, you've got generations who were born into slavery and died in slavery.
Correct.
So when you say develop skills for personal benefit, if my great 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 grandma and great 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 granddad were born into slavery and died as slaves, what personal benefit are we talking about exactly? You know what I'm saying? Like, what when you say person, what does that mean? I need somebody to get specific. You know what I'm saying? I got ancestors that's all they knew. They didn't know anything about no freedom. All they knew was picking cotton and yes massa and no massa. That's all they knew. They weren't allowed to read. You know what I'm saying? You get whipped for reading, my guy. You know what I'm saying? What skills? What are we talking about?
Yeah, did.
And if they have skills, here's the question. Let's say picking cotton is a skill. Sure. Backbreaking labor is a skill. So cool. How was it used for their personal benefit? Like, did they start their own farms, their own businesses, maybe? Start their own towns and communities? Or I'm just trying to figure out what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Show me the benefits. I don't know. Maybe I'm slow, Florida. Help me out. It's bullshit. Kiss my ass.
Ain't on your soapbox, bro. I'm with you too.
Yeah, that kind of makes me hot. I ain't gonna lie. That kind of makes me hot, bro. Just the whitewashing is what it is. It's the whitewashing of history. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make slavery seem not as bad as it really was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like breeding. There is a thing is breeding slaves. You get the biggest, blackest slave, and most obedient slave, and you breed him to make more slaves. You make him have sex with everyone, even his own kin, his own sisters, so they can have more babies. I guess that's a skill. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about, bro? Like, this whitewashing of slavery has got to stop. And the thing is, it's in the schools, and people, talk about, black people need to know more about history, and we need to know this and the third. White people need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't just affect black folks, because in theory, if we lived in Florida, right, even if the school tells us our kids some bullshit, when they come home, we can give them the real. But the white kids who go to school, their white parents are not going to tell them how slavery really, really was. You know what I'm saying?
Because they don't know.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to know.
Mm-mm.
It's history for everybody, bro. Whether it's good, the bad, the ugly, man. Like, that's the world, man. You know, DC, you and I both were fortunate enough to get a high school education, overseas.
Right.
And they talked about the Holocaust. I remember I took a German class. They talk about it.
Bro,
Well, is it bad? Yeah, yeah.
I went to a concentration camp, bro.
Yeah,
like, we had to tour one.
Yup. And it's there as a reminder, so you don't go backwards. And it seems like here in this country, people are scared to say, don't talk about that. Well, you got to remind each other. You know what I mean? When you was a kid and you put your hand on that stove when it was hot, that's a reminder not to burn yourself again. So when you see that fire, you remember, like, okay. But I think a lot of people are afraid to look at that flame. Like, no, it's okay to look at that flame, so that way you don't burn yourself again.
I agree, except for it's not fear. It's deliberate.
Ignorance.
It's not even ignorance. It's deliberate. It is a deliberate whitewashing of history, is what it is. This is done on purpose. This isn't because someone's afraid to have a conversation or because it's uncomfortable and they don't want to think about it. It's because there are people who want things to go back to the way they were. And if you make it seem like it wasn't so bad back then, hey, things weren't so bad in the 50s. Things weren't so bad in the 20s. Oh, they weren't? Huh. Well, maybe we should go back to that. You know what I'm saying? It's deliberate, bro. Like this is a systematic effort to undo all of the strides that we've made forward. And honestly, we haven't made that many strides. I mean, we've made a lot of strides. I mean, I'm free to do what I want. Y'all are free to do what we can go where we want. We can live. We can eat wherever we want. So that's great.
To an extent.
Facts. But what they're really trying to do is they want to reel all that back. The powers that be. And it's happening right in front of our faces. It's making headline news. It's not even a secret.
Yeah. So
all right, I'll get off of that. I know I took off a lot of mic time.
It's all good, bro. Like, so you got Ron DeSantis. Obviously, he's thinking about running for president.
He's not thinking about it.
Oh yeah, he is. Ain't thinking about it. Like, he in there. And obviously, he has that movement called, against the woke movement in Florida, and that's why Disney is kind of like, yo, what do you own? Disney did say in June that they're here to stay, but you even have folks like Nikki Haley. We all know Nikki Haley from here in the Carolinas and South Carolina. South Carolina is one of the states who put a proposal out like, hey, if you want to move, go check out some land here. Of course, same thing with Roy Cooper in North Carolina. Said, hey, they got they even have a Mickey Freedom Act where they want Disney to come to North Carolina. DZ, your great home state of Texas, was like, yo, we got land here. If you want to pull up.
Yeah,
there are, and of course the peach state of Georgia is putting a bid out there as well. Like, if you want to come here, this is where you can be at.
Yeah.
So there are some states vying, and even though Disney made a public statement like they're not going nowhere, they're gonna be supportive and do all these things, but people change their mind. Businesses have changed their hearts. So those are 4 states right now.
Yeah, and if you sweeten the deal enough, anybody will change their mind. You know what I'm saying?
It's about money and tax breaks. That's with
right.
that one. With that one. Hey, he was like, hey, man, they come to South Carolina, bro. I mean, Carowinds, I saw love, but
right.
Talking Disney.
Right.
I'm talking less driving time.
Right, but they ain't coming to South Carolina, bro. South Carolina likes to get in its own way. The Panthers were supposed to be in Columbia, South Carolina, but the powers that be nixed that idea because they didn't want it to distract from Gamecocks football. As if, and like, I don't, people might not, but what are the Gamecocks? What have they done? Like, when's the last SEC championship? When's the last? We're not even gonna say natty. When's the last SEC championship they won? Like, and y'all don't want the Panthers. Like,
anyway. They made it. They made it in 2016. They got killed. That was that. They got upset. They upset Alabama that year. I remember that game.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it. That was it. Almost 10 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I think that's when they had Spurrier.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
See, the problem with all these politicians and lawmakers is half of these people are halfway dead. Like, they 80, 90 years old, still trying to make decisions on today's economy and today's laws, right? Like, this ain't the 50s, this ain't the 60s. It's not your perception of what life was, right? It's not that anymore. We have to learn how to evolve and push forward. And doing stupid stuff like saying slaves learn personal skills that help benefit them is just proof that we just need a whole revamp, right? Like, Jesus is coming. Y'all get prayed up, bro, because every day this will remind me that, like, whether you believe in God or not, you can see with your own eyes that something is off, right? Like, the world is off at this point, especially in America. Like, something is just off, and we need to get some common sense people, right? Like, that's what it boils down to. Just common sense. Like, who looks at a law and say, that's a good idea, we should teach kids this? I don't know. Like I'm with you wholeheartedly, DC. This
Yeah.
whole thing is just wild. I
Yeah.
can't even put into words
Hey,
how
like
I
I said,
feel about it.
yeah, I'm speechless, bro. Like, I'm disappointed. I'm feelings hurt. I mean, like we talked about the same thing in Alabama. They redline voting. This shit is crazy.
They redline voting even after the
Right.
Supreme Court told them not to.
Yeah.
Like the federal, by the way, not the state Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court
Yes. 2
said,
years
"Hey,
ago.
this is not right. Y'all need to fix it." Alabama said no. Like, bruh.
Or it's one of we'll get to it when we get to it. But right now, this is what we own. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
disappointing. Like I said, yeah, my feelings a little hurt with all of that, man. And I'm laughing. And the only reason I'm laughing because DC about to clown me. Because we talked about this in season 2. We talked about the twerking senator. So
Oh yeah.
Wikipedia on. Bro, like there should be a stopgap at every governmental seat, bro. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
a congressman or woman for 40, 50 years, bro. There should be a timeline on that, man. Just like the presidency, man. Just like the mayor. Just like all the chairs needed, bro. Because to Rod, what Rod is saying, bro, this is where we at, bro. We making 2023 decisions with a 1952 mindset.
Yeah. And the challenge is it's power. And so power is never given. It's always taken since the dawn of time. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're the only reason the presidency is the way that it is the terms are set the way they are is because that's just how it was written when the country was established. You know what I'm saying? So like the whole 2-term thing. But like these states, of course, like you said, T, it's not that way. But man, like how do you change it? Because I'll tell you, bro, like I try to put myself in other someone else's shoes. And if I were the governor or I were some sort of high-ranking state representative,
Yeah, senators.
I probably would not vote to limit my own term because I want to stay in this office as long as I possibly could. Like just to be honest with you, like I probably wouldn't vote myself out of office. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure there's like I don't exactly know all the perks, but I'm quite sure there's a lot of perks that come along with being a high-ranking politician. You know what I'm saying? So like to get a politician to vote to limit their own influence, it's like good luck. You almost have to have a revolution. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not like advocating for violence or nothing like that. So please don't take it that way. But I don't know how it changes. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I'm not too sure without. I mean, because that's usually how change comes about is some sort of revolution. You know what I'm saying? I mean, our civil rights movement, that was a revolution of sorts. You know, I would call like a diet version of revolution. You know what I'm saying? But you kind of have to force people's hands to make a change. People don't just decide to make a change.
100%. Has to be forced, to be honest with you. Because I mean, we all probably be like that, and like we didn't have to leave our seats, and you basically tax free. You get to
buy back
everything. Have influence. You probably got your own line of hookers.
Right?
You get the best whatever, you know what I mean? So like it's definitely perks that come along with it. And yeah, I agree. Like if I had that influence and you stuck in your ways and you played the game to get there, why am I gonna give it up for somebody else?
Yeah.
But it has to. I don't know. I don't have the answer, Sway. Like I don't know.
Yeah. See, the thing is, and my thought is the only way to change it is from the inside. So like we would have to be the ones that's in office.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And make the change from there. But again, you know, like when I say we, I mean people that look like us, but we make up, I think 13-15% of the population in America, you know. So it's like,
which is an incredibly low number. God,
yeah,
that's just heartbreaking hearing.
It is. And with that being said, honestly, that takes me to y'all's goats. Jay-Z, bro. Jay-Z did it the right way, man. Jay-Z infiltrates from within, and he
Mhm.
turns shit up, bro. Like, bro, a lot of people came for Jay-Z for working with the NFL
Mhm.
after the whole Kaepernick thing.
But what
But
happened?
bro, Jay brought culture. He brought black culture to the NFL from the
Yeah.
inside, and I feel
Yeah.
like that don't get talked about enough. And
And
he's
Cap-
done that in about just about every facet of business. He's
Yeah.
brought the culture everywhere he went.
he did.
And I would say Magic to an extent, Magic Johnson to an extent, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jay-Z hands down. Like he is the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Pun intended. There you go. But we I don't know how to duplicate it, but to me, like he has done it the right way. He gets inside and he tears the game up. And he does it like legally. Like, you know, he had the big lawsuit with who was it that tried to play him? And he had a huge lawsuit and they settled and he cashed out.
Yeah.
Now he's like I cannot think of who it is off the top of my head. Was it Bacardi? I think it was Bacardi when they had a whole dispute.
Yeah, one of those alcohol. I can't remember the specific ones, but I know it was an alcohol company.
Yeah, and basically he wanted to cash out, and he's like, "Oh, the place it's only worth like $1 million." He's like, "Nah, it's worth like I don't know, $1 billion or something." I'm making up numbers, but basically they
Mhm.
tried to play him, and he won. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's what really happened at the end of the day. But we need more of that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, it was through Bacardi, but also he just won another lawsuit through a perfume company called Parlux, Parlux, but it's pronounced Parlux. But they was in over an endorsement deal. He just won $6.8 million.
Hmm. And see, what's 6.8 to him? For him, it's probably just the principle.
Mhm.
Like, bro, you can't play
Yeah,
me,
I was
bro.
thinking
You
about
can't
that.
you can't play me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give me this 6.8 million so I can give it to Blue Ivy so she can go play. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably candy money to him, but it's just the principle.
He's gonna use that 6.8 million. You know he working on getting a casino in Manhattan, right? He's probably gonna put that 6.8 towards that.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. He won a casino in Times Square.
Influence, man. Like,
And yeah, because you got to be in the room to influence that, bro. Like, ain't
Yeah.
nobody looking like us trying to get no casino in Times Square. Who? What?
and
Yeah.
and you know what? And that was you think about black people working together specifically. I know, anybody working together can have their differences, but we're gonna talk about black specifically. You look at the trajectory of where Jay has gone versus what Dame is doing, and it's pretty simple to see now, like why they didn't work. Like,
Yeah.
you always ask that question of why Rockefeller broke up. You can see it, right? Without nobody saying what it is. You can see what the difference is just by the actions now from both individuals. And I tell you what, not because I'm a Jay-Z fan of music, I think he took the right approach. Like, he had a goal, he knew what was happening, and you see the results that happened because of that goal. And it doesn't look like he sold his soul to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know if he did, if he didn't, but from the appearance on the outside, it doesn't appear that way. And we need more of that. And then the education afterwards of this is how I did it, this is how you can do it, this is the mindset that I had to get in, right? That stuff is priceless. And whether you are practice, whether you practice what you preach or not, the message doesn't get lost, right? Like, I know sometimes you'll look at, like, let's say a pastor or whatever, and they'll be like, well, he's not living what he's preaching.
Mm-hmm.
Does that change the message though? Right? Because sometimes we're talking to ourselves too to make sure that we're getting on the right track and that we're getting that information. The information is the information. I'm not taking it from the individual because of who they are. I'm listening for the message of what they're telling me and how that can change not only my life but those around me. And I think that's this type of stuff we got to pay more attention to, is having those individuals that's telling us those steps and us following them, right? Us
Yep.
at least learning more about it. Like you don't have to follow it step by step, but it at least should spark more conversation, more attentiveness to go out and research more. Like I'm gonna learn more about that. I'm gonna learn more about art. You know what I mean? Like this is how the wealthy get wealthier. And you know, I applaud them for that.
Facts. Yeah, man. You said one thing that really hit. It was so simple, but I thought it was profound. The information is the information.
Hmm.
Like regardless of the source or how you feel about the source, are facts are facts.
Yep.
Like it is what it is. That's a bar. The information is the information.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man. We just I just hope that we can get to a place where, you know, I got young kids, T got a young child, you know, and one that thinks she grown. Well, probably, probably the little one thinks she grown too, but
Oh, bro.
but you know, it's so much not only negativity in this world, but it's so much confusion in this world that it's so scary to even think about what this generation is about to embark upon. Like we've talked about AI, we've talked about, you know, the technology wave of where the world is going, but there's also the social side of it too, right? Socialism is real. And whether, you know, people want to acknowledge it or not, it can be detrimental if it's too far to the left, right? Just like
Yep.
someone can say if you're too conservative, it's detrimental. The same thing can be from the social side. Like if you're too much of a socialist, like too many lines start to get blurred. And that's where too much interpretation come in. I do believe there has to be guides, right? There has to be guides throughout life and there has to be some sort of ordinance. I get it, you know, with the, you know, the alphabet, do what you do. However, there has to be some sort of ordinance to abide by that individuals can make that determination for themselves without being bombarded with material to make them think otherwise. If you get what I'm saying, I'm trying to
Yeah.
say it eloquently enough where I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but there's so many different facets to what politics are influencing over, and mainly schools, man. Like I know we talked about the curriculum piece of it. Some of the stuff that I hear it goes on in even elementary school now is, man, it's interesting. So we got to get to a point where I don't think there'll ever be a such thing as balance. I know we throw that word out a lot as a society, work-life balance and, you know, whatever balance. There's no such thing as balance. You know what I mean? It's all a blend. And it's how well you blend in with whatever your lifestyle is. You just got to have some sort of moral compass, right? And moral code. And right now, it don't seem like we have that. That might sound like a long way to say that, but that's what I'm getting to.
Hey, man, stand on your soapbox, bro. And I love it, man. You got that word count on fire. So I love
Right? No, right?
it. No, man. What you're saying, man, makes completely sense. You know, 100%, bro. And even DC, right? So as we got our kids on the way, DC. I mean, you know, shout out, you know, your little one. You know, Uncle T love you. You know, because I know she be checking in. But you know, DC, your daughter up next, bro. She's on deck to be next at bat in this world, bro.
20.
And so I think about that. I think about those things like, man, she next, bro.
You said she's 20?
Yeah, bro.
20 years old, sir.
She's in that
so
chair to be influential right now.
So she'll be able to vote next year then, right?
Yep. Yeah, she missed the last election. She was too young for the last election, but this one she can. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So
yeah.
You know,
and she's a Florida resident. Because she go to school there. She go to school down there, so she's a resident. Yeah.
But you're doing big things there at that school, and you're taking advantage of what is the right education there. So shout out to you doing that. But, jeez, yeah.
What's crazy is I talk all this ish about Florida, but I sent her down there. It was actually my idea. But it's the school, though. I mean, it's a great school. Full Sail University, for those who don't know, is Full Sail. It's a art and film school, and like people come out, like it's like a factory. If you want almost a guaranteed career in that industry, it's like a factory for a lot of talent, like behind the scenes type of stuff. And it just so happens to be in Florida, so it just worked out. Even though I dump on Florida, I will continue to. I just look at that as like an exception. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you never know. They might up their roots. I mean, just with everything going on, man, and it's getting hot. I mean, and no pun intended there, down there. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, bro, it's about market, like we all said, like with Disney. It's about the market, it's about the business, bro, and money talk.
Yeah. Florida has no state income tax, so
That's the one.
that's hard to leave.
Yeah.
The only
true.
closest state that could rock with that is Tennessee and Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they also got like endless beaches. I mean, like Florida's like a huge beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just they got that geography cheat code going on.
Well, it depends on
I like
they also get those hurricanes, so it's kind of a
Gift and a curse.
Yeah.
catch 22.
You know?
Yeah. Insurance is crazy down there.
So, hey, Nikki Haley, if you're talking about trying to get, these big organizations coming, we need to be talking about no state taxes then, Make it happen. Make it happen.
Not in South Carolina, man. Not what I've learned about this state. Nah, that ain't gonna happen.
No, it ain't. But you know what's crazy though?
Lindsay ain't messing with that. Lindsay, like, y'all ain't eating like I'm eating.
Yeah, but man, I'll say this about the whole tax thing, bro. The state's gonna get their money,
Regardless.
one way or the other. Yeah, like it might not be state tax, but it's gonna be somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like Texas, for example. I think the property taxes are really high, so there's no state income tax. But if you're a homeowner, like you paying, like you paying for it.
They got them tolls, like everywhere. Them tolls is everywhere. They popping up everywhere more and more in Texas. Obviously, Florida has those tolls.
Yeah,
they gonna collect one way or another, man. But hey, man, I mean, they looking at doing some tolls up here in South Carolina and North Carolina.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Right. I don't know if you've been reading about that. Like, especially like they're building more. They're about to start coming up right here on 485. So hey, we'll see.
I hate toll roads,
bro. Who you telling, bro? But hey, man, I think North Carolina. Probably, I know they already got some up, but they're going to be popping up more and more and more. It did get approved. I was reading about that, so maybe North Carolina might go tax free. Maybe
they probably would be more likely to do it than South Carolina, but I don't see either one doing it. But North Carolina is a little bit more less conservative than South Carolina. I would say.
Yeah, I would say North Carolina is like a purple state. Whereas South Carolina, Gamecocks are crimson and black.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina's crimson, like deep red, bro. Like it ain't about to change. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Lindsey Graham said, "Y'all ain't finna get no money like I'm getting money, bro."
No,
another guy who been there forever.
Yeah,
my man, 100%.
Yeah,
that's just wild.
You know what's wild? How conservative. South Carolina's, an incredibly conservative state. It was, Charleston was like the slave import capital of America.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about the history and, the Confederate flag that used to be on top of the state capitol and this, that, and the third. And you got Lindsey Graham, who is like synonymous with the state and conservatism, but he's gay. And it's just like, that's always been weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like, South Carolina as a whole is not like a really gay friendly kind of state, but like the dude who's like a very influential part and is also very conservative is openly gay. Like
I didn't even know he was gay.
Yeah, he is, bro. Yeah,
he gay, man. Yeah, Yo, shout out to the community, man. That's not a shot.
Yeah, that's not a
Shout out
not
to
a
the
shot.
community. I'm
Not
just
a
gonna
shot.
don't
My-
cancel us.
But
No.
it's a no, right? Yeah,
No.
right. You know that, but it's crazy because he doesn't when things get hot in that community, he don't be advocating, bro. He just sit back. He be
Word.
sitting back chilling.
Yeah.
But then if it lay on his doorstep, then he be like, hey, y'all, chill out. But if it don't, he don't care, bro. Like somebody can get shot in the street for being openly gay. That wasn't on his doorstep, bro. He don't care.
Yeah.
Like he won't make a public announcement. He won't
Wow.
make a statement. He doesn't go out and do these things. Everyone knows, and he said it. Yeah, this is me. But like you said, it's that deep crimson red. But you know the other color is green, and so pretty sure there's deals that have been made on the table that he's benefited from, and then he's helping benefit other companies from, and that's just what it is, bro. But yeah, bro, he that dude.
That is wild, man.
That is wild, is it not?
Mhm.
Man.
Like, yeah, like
you know,
the biggest.
you would think he'd be walking these streets, protesting, standing on it, bro. Like, what's my man, Mike was Buttigieg? You know what I'm saying? Mayor Pete,
Yeah, Pete.
Mayor Pete, yeah, Pete. You know, he's running for president. You know, out here like own it. Nope, no sir.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow,
learn something new every day. Yeah, I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, man. He extra gay, bro. It just, I mean,
My guy say it's levels to this gay thing.
look, shout out to the community, y'all. Don't
For sure.
don't Mr. Misconception me on this one.
No,
For
like
sure.
that.
For sure. Shout out to the
Nah,
community.
Yo, don't do me like the baby.
Hey man, we got people that we definitely cool with, man, and they show love, man. So this definitely not a disrespect, bro. We just talking about Lindsey Graham, bro.
No, it's more so just the
he's playing
irony.
two sides. Yeah, he's playing two sides
Yeah,
of the
my
coin,
thing
bro.
is just the
For his
irony,
benefit.
like to be this super ultra conservative politician
Mhm.
and be gay. Like,
Mhm.
I just
It's
that
like
doesn't.
he's contradicting himself, bro, because he be standing on a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah,
But he won't stand on who he truly is, bro. He is out there and is a knowledge, but he's not really standing on who he truly is, man. Like he's not speaking up for that at all, bro. Like, you know, and that's why Rob was like, for real, because you would have heard him. You would have heard
Yeah.
like the reports and stuff, him speaking up in Columbia downtown, standing on it. He ain't.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he got a boo thing or something like that, but he can never get married. Like, you know,
what I mean?
not in South Carolina anyway. He can never get married.
Mm-mm.
And you know, me and my wife always talk about it. It only impacts them until it impacts their doorstep. Like you said, whoever he's with, you know what I'm saying? Loves love. Something happens to that individual, probably he'll speak up about it. Not, that ain't my problem, bro.
My God,
That's-
it's the real life Cyrus Bean, bro. The scandal, Olivia Pope style.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that. I would, you know what? I would like to sit down. Maybe we can get somebody on this joint one day. Sit down and try to understand the community a little bit more. Because I would really like to get their take on what they feel the right answer to equality. Because I feel like, and this is just my feelings, not a representation of the pod, I feel like it's being pushed upon us in a forcible way, if that makes sense, right? Like I just went and took the kids to see Elemental, right? And straight movie, right? I think
That's
it's
that fire water, right?
yeah, it's a good message. I don't know, probably was a little over the kids' heads. Like I don't know what the heck is going on with this whole narrative, but I got it. I think it was more for the adult language behind it, and kids can just enjoy the animation part of it. But there is a scene in there where they had to just throw in that, you know, one of the individuals had a girlfriend, one of the girls had a girlfriend, and I'm like, was that scene really necessary? Like it just seemed forced, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like it's forced on not every show. Some of it makes sense, but like Power, some of that stuff, I'm like, bro, y'all wilding. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're doing a little too much. But I would love to get like somebody that's heavily involved in that community's thoughts on how they feel the media is portraying them. Are they being represented correctly? Do they feel like
Good
it's
question.
being forced upon everyone else? Because I mean, it's such a weird subject because obviously I'm not of the community, and I'm not going to lie and say I will ever understand it. I don't understand it because I'm not attracted to dudes. I will never understand it. But that don't mean I'm gonna knock them. But I would like to try to understand their thought process on, are they being represented correctly? Do they feel like they weren't being included in television before? Because I thought it was represented before. Now it just seemed forced to me. But that's me.
I would love that. Yeah, that's yeah, because many it's just like the black community. Like, man, we're not represented well on TV. You can go as far as back with blackface, but I would love to see the understand too, because if some people are like, oh yeah, we're doing it for a great cause. Like, no, those are microaggressions.
Mhm.
That's not what we doing. And so I would love to. I'm gonna reach out. I do some thing. I love to have somebody on the show, man, because this is why we are the Get Right podcast, bro. We look to get it right. We look to make it happen, bro, and have good dialogue, man. So I would love
Yeah,
to have some dope conversations with that, man.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. You know, kind of not exactly on the same topic, but a little bit of what we talking about. Y'all seen this movie? They clone Tyrone.
Not yet.
No, not yet.
But
So wife,
shout out to Jamie because I know he
Yes.
in there, right?
Yeah,
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 he's
yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
He,
Yeah,
he,
he's
you
in
guys
it.
saw the video? He just released this. He released his own video statement.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like a
So good
3-minute
for
video.
him. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's pretty cool, man. I hope he continue to get healthy and get well, man, because we've been giving him his flowers before this incident, and you know, it made us think about how talented he is and what he's given us. So we took that. I, as a fan, take things like that for granted.
Yeah. I'm assuming this movie is a comedy, right?
It
Has to be.
is. It's a comedy. It's funny, man. It's dope though. I watched it with wifey last night, man. It's dope. It's definitely
So,
good. I won't put no spoilers out, but it's definitely a good
Netflix.
movie. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's
They
on the,
clone
and
Tyrone.
it's funny. It actually touches on a lot of the things that we've been talking about this last hour. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But
Oh, word!
yeah, and it
That's
just kind of
crazy.
puts it puts kind of a comedic spin on it, but it makes you think.
Mm,
It makes you think about the programming. You know what I'm
mhm.
Okay, they
saying?
got
So I'll leave it
John
at that.
Boyega, who been killing it in Star Wars. Oh, hey, Rod, they got Jay Alphonse. You
Who
know
was
what
that?
I'm saying?
Who was
Old boy
that?
from P Valley, Little Murder.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
That's
Little
it.
Murders on
Little
there.
Murder.
Uh-huh.
Keep it
That's
southern.
that's another one I couldn't. I didn't even watch that second season because yeah, okay, yeah.
I finished it, bro. It's
I
good,
was
bro.
I watched it. It's definitely got some you kind of just look away kind of moments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but P
We
Valley
talk
was
about
dope
that,
though.
bro. Hey, yeah, P Valley's hard, bro. But yeah, Little
Mhm.
Murder. You know what I'm saying? He's doing this thing, man. He from North Carolina, by the way.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
From North Carolina.
Yeah.
Jay Alphonse
Oh,
doing this thing.
Yeah. From the Cackalack.
okay.
So yeah, okay. I pulled it up. I'm looking at who all in here. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out then.
it got some cash. Dave Allen Greer. That dude funny to me, bro. Definitely underrated. Um, yeah, they got some characters on here.
Yeah. No, it's a good movie,
Oh,
bro.
they
It,
got
like
Brian. They got Brian Tyree, aka Paperboy,
Hmm.
from Atlanta.
dang, I don't remember seeing Paperboy in that movie.
Yeah.
He must have had a small role because I can't really recall seeing him there.
They clone Tyrone.
Yeah.
So-
No, it's
Say
dope
less,
though,
bro.
bro. Like when
2
y'all
hours,
watch it,
2 hour movie. I'm in
yeah,
there.
maybe we talk about it next week. 'Cause my thought is after it's been out for a week, like if you ain't watched it, you about to just catch the spoiler. It did just
All
come
right,
out
all
on
right.
Friday, so
We gonna
Yeah.
I'll be respectful to everybody. But
appreciate that.
after next
Appreciate
week,
that.
if you ain't watched it, I'm sorry for you because we got to talk about that, especially after listening.
This
When y'all think about the content we've been talking about today, and then you go and watch the movie, you're gonna be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be like,
all right.
wow, bro.
Let's do it, bro. Let's do it, then,
Yeah.
bro. I'm definitely gonna watch it, man. But yeah, man, 2 hours. It's only 2 hours. You know what I mean? We say only 2 hours because we so used to having movies coming out 4 hours long now these days. But it's 2
Yeah.
hours.
It's a short
So,
2 hours too. It's a short 2
mystery
you
is under,
didn't
you know,
realize. Like
mystery and
honestly, I didn't
fantasy.
realize it was 2 hours till you said that. I didn't even know.
See? That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, it's
But
a short 2
mystery,
hours.
mystery and fantasy, man. So now I think about mystery. Well, it was mystery, fantasy, and horror. You know, that was Jordan Peele when he did that Lovecraft Country. That was crazy.
Yeah.
He could have kept that.
What? Nah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thank you, DC, with the wow, bro.
Yeah, that's shocking, man. I mean, so my wife
Fire.
loved Lovecraft.
I did too.
Lovecraft Country, and I
Yeah, it was
liked
fire.
it. I didn't love it as much as she did, but she's
was
really just
fire,
into
bro.
sci-fi like that. But it was dope. I was surprised that it didn't get renewed for another season, but
I'm not.
I guess there's more people that feel like Ryan.
That was way too weird for me, man.
Yo, it was fire, bro.
That-
Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That
Fire is a strong word.
Yeah, bro, I'm saying
you can burn it up. That's right. Yes, it is fire. We made it to like the 5th episode. I'm like, bro, like this, I can't do it. It's aliens, it's love, it's
all of that, bro.
it's
Yo,
crazy.
did y'all watch Them?
Nah.
That was on.
Is that the one where
there was
the
a conflict.
black couple moved it? Yeah. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah, that was crazy.
That was hard, bro.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was
hard, bro. They got
Yeah.
renewed. They coming back with a season 2 for that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they doing a different
Okay.
city. Doing a different city though. They said.
Okay. Yeah,
You
I
know,
can
it's
see
kinda-
that.
And it's kind of crazy how they tap in on the history like that.
Man, you know what? I'm mad that they only did one season of the Get Down, or was it the Breakdown?
The Get Down. Yeah.
It was the Get Down. Yeah, like they
That
only
was
did one
hard.
season. Man, that thing was hard. But they said that it got good reviews, but it was really expensive to make because it was a timepiece. You got to get old outfits, old cars,
Mhm.
and it was just so expensive that I guess it didn't get. Although it was highly rated and whatnot, or whatnot, it was too expensive to make apparently.
Yeah.
But I wish they'd have kept
You
that
put me
going,
on
bro.
that
shit
one.
was
Yeah,
dope.
you had put me on that. And I was like, dang, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that thing was hard, bro. That thing
Yeah,
was
and
hard.
I think
Yeah.
Nas produced that too, if I'm not mistaken.
Nas is in it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was the wordsmith,
If you
the
pay
grown,
attention
the
to it.
adult version of the wordsmith.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah, all of that, bro. They had Jaden. Jaden was on there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they was like, they was like the cost of everything, bro. It was getting up there, man.
Yeah, them timepieces can be expensive. It's funny. I've been learning more and more. So my daughter's a film major. You know what I'm saying? So I'll talk to her from time to time, and she kind of gives me little insights, and she be using these code words and just industry jargon. I have no idea what she's talking about, but like she says now, I ask her, now that you kind of see what goes on behind the scenes, do you love it more? Does it kind of ruin the movie watching experience because now you're like looking at little technical stuff? And she says that a little bit of both. She says it did kind of ruin movies for her because she looks for things like, for example, apparently it's quite common to see like the crew in reflections of things, like reflections of windows or mirrors or like in somebody's sunglasses, things like that. You might see the
we don't even think to look for that.
Yeah, you might see the cameraman or the boom mic or something like that. But yeah, I don't know what she's talking about, but apparently that happens all the time. But yeah, your average person wouldn't even recognize that, or like the lighting might be off, and she's like, "Why did they use this light? They should have used that light." And da 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 da. So it's just dope, man, to kind of get that perspective from somebody who's like into seeing things behind the scenes and what have you. I don't know where I wouldn't really go nowhere with that. I just thought it was cool.
Hey, no, bro, you having a proud father moment, bro.
Definitely a proud father moment. Yeah,
What you
definitely a
having,
proud
bro?
father moment for sure.
Whew. I feel like we definitely all got some shit off our chest on this one.
Yeah.
But we're gonna continue to talk about these things, man, because you know what I'm saying, we ain't ducking nothing. And we gonna say how we feel, and we also gonna seek to understand too. So we're gonna continue to have these conversations, bro, about this, man. And man, I feel good, man. Definitely, hey, man, your daughter gonna have to film us, by the way.
Hey, man, I know, right? You know what I'm saying?
And we need that family discount.
Yeah, yeah. You call it an internship. You know?
Yeah, there it is.
Mhm.
But hey man, I mean Rob, bro. Yeah, man, you had a lot to say, bro. I appreciate you today.
Yeah, he definitely went over that word count today.
For sure.
Man, but hey, bro, you already know, man. We still need some more words, man. So go ahead and take us home, bro.
The people who succeed aren't the ones who avoid failure. They're the ones who learn how to respond to failure with optimism.
That's a fact. Half glass full.
Mhm.
All day, man. So, man, appreciate y'all, man. It's always all love, man. And Rob, start you with 3. I'm gonna end you with 3. Kill the music.